What if I told you that the door God slammed in your face wasn't rejection, it was redirection? That every no you've received was actually Him saying, not that. Something better. Picture this. You're 23, resume polished, dreams pressed and starched like your interview shirt. You walk into that building like you own tomorrow. The job is perfect. The title, the salary, the corner office view. You can already taste the success. Feel the weight of that business card in your wallet. And then, we're going in a different direction. 6 words that sound like a death sentence. 6 words that feel like God forgot your address, lost your number, left you on read. You drive home in silence so thick you could choke on it. That night, you ask the ceiling, if you love me, why does this keep happening? The ceiling doesn't answer, but what you don't see, what you can't see from the driver's seat of your disappointment, is that 3 months from now, that company will collapse. Lawsuits, layoffs, lives upended, and you'll be somewhere else entirely. Somewhere better, somewhere safe. Let me tell you something about God's redirections. They always feel like rejection at first. Because we don't have the benefit of hindsight when we're standing in the wreckage of our plans. We don't get to see the full map, just the detour sign in front of us, and it feels cruel, doesn't it? It feels like punishment when you're the most qualified candidate but someone else gets the call. It feels like abandonment when that relationship ends and you're left wondering what you did wrong. It feels like mockery when you pray for breakthrough and get a breakdown instead. But here's what I need you to hear. God's delays are not God's denials. His, not yet, is not His, not ever. His redirections are not rejections, they are recalibrations. See, we measure blessings by what we get. God measures blessings by what He protects us from. That job you didn't get? It would have put you under a boss who would have crushed your spirit. That relationship that fell apart? They would have taken pieces of you that you'd spend years trying to find again. That opportunity that slipped through your fingers. It would have placed you somewhere your purpose couldn't breathe. God is not withholding from you. He's positioning you. He's moving pieces on a board you can't even see yet, orchestrating appointments your calendar doesn't know about, arranging divine collisions in places you haven't even thought to go. And I know it's hard. I know it's frustrating to trust a plan you can't read, to believe in a blessing you can't touch, to keep faith in a God who moves in silence while your world is screaming. But consider this. What if every closed door was God saying, you're thinking too small? What if every detour was Him saying, I'm taking you the scenic route because there's something you need to see, someone you need to meet, some version of yourself you need to become before you get there? What if the blessing isn't just the destination but who you're becoming on the detour? The truth is, God's best gifts often come wrapped in disappointment. Joseph in the pit didn't look like preparation for the palace, but it was. Moses in the desert didn't look like training for deliverance, but it was. David in the wilderness didn't look like the making of a king, but it was. Your setback? It's a setup. Your delay? It's a detail in a bigger story. Your closed door? It's a divine edit, God cutting scenes that don't serve your final act. So here's what you do with the detour. Walk it with your head up. Trust that the God who knows the number of hairs on your head hasn't lost count of your tears or misplaced your dreams. Reframe the narrative. Stop calling it a setback and start calling it a setup. Stop calling it loss and start calling it redirection. Stop calling it the end and start calling it the edit. Watch for the breadcrumbs. Because God leaves clues in the detour. Small confirmations, unexpected provisions, divine winks that whisper, I'm still here. I'm still working. You're still mine. And one day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day, you'll look back at this moment, at this closed door, this shattered plan, this unbearable weight, and you'll whisper, oh. That's why it had to fall apart. So this could come together. The blessing was never in the door that opened. The blessing was in the God who knew which doors to close. So trust the detour. Walk the wilderness. Embrace the wait. Because the best blessings? They're the ones you never saw coming, disguised as disappointments, wrapped in delays, hidden in the very thing you thought was breaking you. God isn't withholding. He's just preparing you for something your current vision is too small to hold.